Welcome to my ultimate teacher distance learning work from home setup. This is definitely overkill. You do not need all this equipment to be a great teacher. This is just stuff I had laying around for my side business, and so I figured I'd create the ultimate setup just for fun. In case you were wondering, I'm a high school chemistry and physics teacher. Shout out to my Nighthawks. Today we're going to break down what I use on a daily basis to teach my students and how these different tech items just make my life a little bit easier. The heart of this setup is my maxed out M1 Mac Mini, fully spec'd out. Everything is amazing about this computer, from the price of it to how powerful it is for such a tiny device, how it is silent, no fans whatsoever that are affecting my classroom. I love this thing. It hasn't given me any issues editing 6K red raw footage, and it's something that's just been a workhorse for me during this pandemic. Along with that, I could not survive without my iPad Pro. So for all my different Zoom meetings, for when I work out physics problems with my students, for when I want to show an equilibrium problem or a chemical reaction, I need my iPad, because what I do in Zoom is I'll screen share from my iPad. I'll actually log into here and be able to utilize my Apple Pencil and be able to draw and use this as a whiteboard, a digital whiteboard, and it's amazing. Honestly, could not have survived distance learning without an iPad, so highly recommend you look into it, or even just a simple drawing tablet. They have cheaper ones that just plug in via USB, and it's a game changer. So teachers, make sure you check out some sort of tablet. You'll thank me later. Next up, just as an extra device, just in case, because I have started a class before where my Mac Mini ended up needing to update, and so it did an auto update restart, and I was kind of in trouble. So I jumped over to my 16-inch MacBook Pro, also fully spec'd out since I do a lot of video work on the side. And now what I want to talk about is the monitor, because it really doesn't matter what you use, especially as a teacher. You know, a lot of the monitors at school aren't that great. And so this is just an old TV that we have. I think it's only a 27-inch or 32-inch TV, and it's just on a little monitor arm. I'll link some below that I love. And this TV can be switched out for any monitor you guys have at home, so don't feel like you have to buy any of this equipment. Next up, so many teachers, you are struggling with audio, whether being too echoey or being too quiet or being too loud or just sounding kind of like a robot because your mic isn't so good. Well, couple different fixes for that. So sometimes I'll run it off of my Rode NTG. I run it off of my Rode VideoMic Pro. I've definitely used just the audio straight from my Logitech 4K webcam, or this setup, which is a blue mic arm. And then this is the Shure SM7B. I love this microphone, but if you're gonna use this microphone, you are going to need a cloud lifter device that just kind of boosts your audio to be a little bit louder. And I run my microphone off of the Rode Podcaster, which is actually plugged in via USB to my Mac Mini. The desk that I'm using is a sit to stand desk. This is from Autonomous AI, and I really do like this thing. So if I wanted to, I could, it's going up a little. I could stand it up, or I can sit it down low, depending on if I'm tired or not. The chair that I am using is also from Autonomous, and it's their Kin chair. I really like this one. Check it out if you want to. And then the desk mat, I really like having this wool felt desk mat. It's from GroveMade. I highly recommend this guy. And then this is just the generic Apple Magic Keyboard, Apple Magic Trackpad. I love this candle from Anthropology. Teachers, highly recommend you get a candle that you like, and you don't have to even light it. I just have it there and it smells amazing. And then in this little tray, I have just a couple little things that help me out. Remote for a light. I have AirPods in case I wanna plug in so that I'm not bothering my wife if she's done with work early or something. EDC kind of things. And guys, the setup that I have around me, behind me, it changes the game when you add some plants into your classroom or your work from home setup. Just makes things feel a little bit less dreary. And then for my light, I know some people are curious, I have the Aperture 120D Mark I as my key light. My hair light is a Aperture Tri-8C, and so is my fill light. And then this backdrop, this black wall behind me, is not an actual wall. That's actually a paper backdrop from the company called Savage, and I use the impact rods and gear to hold up the backdrop from B&H Photo. And I have all different colors. So I have black, gray, orange, a green screen, tan screen, white, and it's just fun to kind of change up your setup for your students. So again, if you have the means to and you have access to some equipment, might as well use it and make learning a little bit more high quality for your students. But if you don't, you're still an awesome teacher, and shout out to you. Some of you are wondering, how is this the ultimate teach from home setup? Well, I don't think it's necessary to show you the crappy quality video from Zoom or whatever. You guys have seen tons of Zoom calls. But instead of just a regular webcam like for my laptop, which are usually 720p or less, currently my webcam, I'm using one of the Logitech 4K webcams, and that's what I use on a daily basis with my students. Looks great, autofocus works well, and the audio on it is actually really good too. It has a built-in mic. For some for fun days, switch it up on my students, and I actually use my red Komodo as my webcam from Zoom. It's pretty cool, but it's definitely crazy overkill, and so just wanted to share this for fun before I tear it down and move some stuff over to my school. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Jerry Land with Nova Tech. To the next one and beyond. Yo, haven't done that outro in a while. Thinking of new outros. What do you guys want? Suggestions below?